divided into training set and remaining 20% as the testing set. 5% of the total number of ratings are considered as top end recommendations. So the precision is found to be better for collaborative filtering with item popularity. Similarly, recall is also found to be better for collaborative filtering with item popularity. And finally, F1 is also better for collaborative filtering with item popularity. The data is plotted in line chart and compared. This is for precision, this is for recall, and this is for F1. So when new users are added, then it also overcomes the goal starting problem, which is the inability to recommend items to newly added users because of their historical behavior. It recommends the popular items. Hence, the conclusion is the entire process is applied in Hadoop and use parallel processing techniques of MapReduce. And the new algorithm also has better accuracy in terms of precision, recall, and F1. These are the differences. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Roger. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand. Okay, there is one, please provide him the mic.
My one question for you is that how MapReduce program can be implemented in your research?
Actually, I have implemented MapReduce in my research work. I have used Hadoop streaming. It is a utility that comes with Hadoop. And I have used PHP scripts. The MapReduce utility enables us to write scripts in any language, Python, PHP, etc. And we can run MapReduce jobs with it. I have used PHP.
Okay, thank you very much for the presenter as well as for the question asker. So, may I invite the last but not the least, and I must say one of the most important presenter, Mr. Dilip Kumar Tiwari and Mumtaz Alam Ansari, for their presentation entitled Intelligent RFID Reader Designed for IoT Applications or Review. Thank you.
Good afternoon everyone. I am Dilip Kumar Tiwari from the Jaipur National University, which is situated in Rajasthan in India. The topic of my presentation is designing of RFID reader for the Internet of Things application. The content of my topics are as follows. Automatic identification. First we understand what is the automatic identification. Then we understand the role of RFID reader in the different application. Then we will understand working of RFID reader. Then we communicate those RFID reader for the Internet of Things application. Then we discuss about the types of RFID reader, and then designing of RFID reader for the Internet of Things application, and finally conclusion and future scope. First, we have to understand what is the automatic identification. Basically, automatic identification used to get the information about the things without user intervention. There is lots of automatic identification are available in the market. Few of them is barcode reader. As we know, whenever you go to the supermarket, then at the billing time, thus the customer end sends all the things with the help of barcode, and they make the billing as well as they get the information about the product also. In the similar way, we are using smart card for the making the payment for the lots of things, as well as we are using voice recognition. Voice recognition used for the controlling and switching the any kinds of appliances, as well as biometric technology for the attendance or for the human identification, as well as OCR, mostly OCR used for our passport, and then we are also using RFID reader. So, what is the RFID reader? Before going to the understanding of the RFID reader, we have to understand the application of RFID reader. The few applications of RFID reader are using retail marketing, library management system, transportation and logistics, packaging, tracking, toll tax, healthcare, pharmaceutical, as well as manufacturing and automotive. So first, we understand what is the retail management. In the retail management, from the logistic to customer end, all things are managed with the help of RFID reader. As in the figure, we can see all the things are controlled with the help of RFID reader, like inventory, staff monitoring, case operation, repeated visitors, so we can provide some kinds of discount also, and we can also identify the theft things. If anybody just taking any things without billing, then we can also catch at the last point. Same as the library management system. To issuing and submitting our books, all the things can be easily controlled with the help of RFID system. Like from the figure we are saying book drop system, self-management system, self-checking, whether we can easily find out just anybody taking any books without issuing in all the things. Similarly, in the transportation and logistics, we can monitor all the things with the help of RFID reader and tags. Similarly, in the tracking animals, if we are here in the book, for the human, it's very easy to identify the people. We can identify each and every person with the help of name. But if we have to identify a group of animals, then it's very difficult to us. We can't identify any particular animals. So if we attach the RFID tape to the animals, then we can easily monitor. We can monitor their health management system, as well as we can also monitor their food and all the things. As well as we make them a database. Similarly, in the toll tax management system, and for the developing country, these concepts are very introducing in the larger manner. Like whenever in the toll tax, whenever any vehicles come near the toll tax, just the reader automatically read the vehicle number, as well as just they connect with the database and automatically deduction of amount according to vehicles they have done. So now we have to understand what is the RFID reader. So here we understand with the help of working, the RFID reader generate a pinpoint frequency. There are lots of RFID reader, like 125 kilohertz RFID reader and 13.56, 900 megahertz and 2.1 gigahertz. We are working on the low frequency RFID reader, high frequency, as well as UHF band and microwave band also. So when the RFID reader generates the frequency, the tape just sends that particular frequency and it reflects their identity to the reader. Now reader includes a particular Unicode and then it's sent to the application server. Application server based on the different application. If we want to monitor all the things in the Excel sheet or any database like PHP, MySQL, all kinds of things, then we send all the things into enterprises for the business integration. From the here, Internet of Things is started. So if we have all the things and if we communicate all the things in a common network, then that network is known as Internet of Things. So here,
Sorry for the interruption, only 2 minutes left.
Okay. So here in the retail section, industrial section, health monitoring system, consumer smartphone, all the things are come into a common platform, and that platform known as Internet of Things. So we understand what is the RFID reader. There are three types of RFID reader: dumb RFID reader, active RFID reader, as well as intelligent RFID reader. The intelligent RFID reader used for the Internet of Things application. So now, how we design an RFID reader? That is the main topic. So the block diagram of the RFID reader consists microcontroller, dual circuit, demodulator, comparator, and notification sector. Microcontroller generate a particular frequency like 125 kilohertz frequency, 13.5, 900 megahertz, as well as 2.4 gigahertz. Then it's sent to the tune circuit. Tune circuit based on the coil or electromagnetic waves. Then whenever the tag introduced near the RFID reader, then RFID reader read that tag value and then demodulate that signal. From the here, tune circuit to tape, the communication made between the analog signals, and then we have to convert into digital format. So the demodulator circuit sends this to the comparator amplifier. The comparator convert that signal and convert into binary format, and then it's sent to the microcontroller. According to the protocol design in the microcontroller, we can calculate the particular tag number, and then it's sent to the further hardware. So here I have designed the RFID reader on 125 kilohertz. So with the help of microcontroller, we are generating a frequency of 125 kilohertz. Next, we are converting these analog signal, these digital signal into analog format, and then we decode this analog signal into digital format, and then finally we receive the original message signal in the binary format. And now these, according to different protocols, we find the original tag number and send to the hardware for the hardware section or for the database management system. So, and the last conclusion and future scope. If you are working with the Internet of Things application as well as RFID reader, then here are some opportunities to work with this technology. There is no standard protocol. They are using a for the different frequency band. They are using different kinds of protocol. So if we communicate with a single protocol, then it will be very easier for us, minimize the cost. Still, the barcode is a very popular, because if we are seeing the barcode, there is only some kinds of signals, some kinds of optical character just arranged in the form. But for the take, just we have to take each and every goods and each and everything. So many researchers work to reduce the cost of the take, and right now the reader cost is around $1,000, but the cost of the take reduced up to 5 rupees in Indian currency, and as well as incompatible with the other RFID reader, because as we know they are working on the different standard or different protocol. So they are different RFID reader are incompatible with each other for the Internet of Things applications. Increase efficiency. If we know that we can also increase the efficiency of RFID reader as well as reduce the size, so we can take it into our hand like a mobile.
Please conclude your presentation.
Yes. Okay. And then realize portability to minimize the weight, so we can take our RFID reader in our hand. Enable different kinds of authentication like LCD authentication and any sound authentication. Allow audio and video acknowledgement, so we can monitor that our RFID reader is working very well or not, as well as communication with the nearest RFID reader. So if we come to the common protocol, and if we propose a common protocol, then we can say that yes, we are working with the Internet of Things application, and we can design a RFID reader for the different kinds of Internet of Things application. So
okay, thank you very much,
thank you so
dear
much.
presenter. So any questions, please? Okay, so if you don't have any questions, I'd like to ask you a question.
Yes.
It seems that you have done a lot of works here. So what is the most difficult time? I mean, doing what kind of research work you had to face most difficult times, and what kind of problem is that?
Basically, we are focusing to design a protocol. That is the most important thing. Because if I have designed a RFID reader which costs exactly 100 rupees, 99.15 rupees, and we reduce the cost. But if we are working on the protocol, so there is a unique protocol is available for they are using different kinds of protocol. There is a no standard of protocol, and if we come to the common point or just we design a unique protocol, like I work on the EM4059 as well as EM4100 protocol, and if we are thinking about the designing of the RFID reader, then RFID reader work on the different application like 125 kHz low frequency, high frequency, UHF frequency, as well as microwave frequency. And if all the things are just come to the common platform, if all the protocol are standardized, and we can say that if we come to the common protocol, then designing of RFID reader will be very economic way. So that is the biggest problem for the RFID reader.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. And with this, we have come to the end of this parallel session 1. Thank you very much for your efforts, for the presentation, for your efforts, and then thank you audience also for your patience and time. And we are having our final and closing ceremony at 4:30 down there in Crystal Hall. And in the meantime, we'd like to take your 10 to 15 minutes about reviewing your papers, or it's better to say some feedbacks regarding your presentation, the work you have done, or the way you designed your presentations, etc. So, Manu sir? Okay, so thank you very much, Manu sir, for giving me the opportunity to speak first. Actually, I want to raise 4 different issues regarding your work and the presentation. Since the presentation, the conference covers both graduate and undergraduate students, so obviously the level of works are different. So normally the master students are expected to do their work in a research way or in a deeper way. But actually we saw here most of the undergrad students, bachelor students also have done wonderful works. So in some points I must say that they actually have surpassed the master students as well. But here what I am trying to say is that whatever work you have done, whatever research you have carried out, you should be able to present them during the presentation. Without presenting your actual work, there is no significant meaning of having a presentation. So somebody has done very wonderful work in this sense. They have presented their work very well. For those who haven't done their presentation very well, then I would like to suggest them to improve their presentation, or actually presenting themselves, presenting their work and projects or researches in the days to come. That's my first suggestions. Manisha, do you like to add something here?
I'd rather like to use another mic so that I can stand over here. Well, is it working? Okay, thank you. For the conference, the papers were really great. I mean, in terms of like, you know, the presenters were really motivated. They were really excited to talk about their work and talk about their research. And then I can feel that there is something in there. Like for example, they were talking about you know, the methodology they were following. Right, they were talking about the result they have found over there, and that's what I really like about the presentations here. But there are a few papers they were not so clear about what actually they were doing. Let's not talk about the negative side of this one, but there are a lot of things presenters they have to improve a lot, in fact. And some presenters were really great on time, and then I think Roshan sir has already mentioned that we were also supposed to evaluate each presentation on the 4 criteria. One was like quality of slides, basically how a presenter or the author prepares the slide and what are the contents they put over there. That was the second criteria. Third one was actually timing. And then we had to force, I'm really sorry to say this one, but we had to force the presenter to stop on time. And I think that one should be very aware about that one also, a presenter especially. And the fourth one was like presentations and viva, how good a presenter is regarding the presentations, regarding the way they present the things, right? And then the question answers. But though we would only make, we would only receive one question. And Roshan sir, a few comments or other suggestions or audience, whatever you need.
Yeah, but I haven't finished yet.
Okay.
I just talked about the first point.
Okay, Roshan sir, please speak.
Okay, thank you, Manu sir. So let me come to the second point. It's about type of work or type of research we have done. So here we have broadly categorized two different types of works. One is the research work, and another kind of work is review work or summary work. So we cannot actually evaluate both kinds of papers in one basket or in putting into one container. So I must say that for the presenters who have presented their research work, they actually have done, a few of them has really done satisfactorily good, but few of them really need to prove that they are research in fact. I've seen in few of your papers that actually they are not research works. They are, some kind of compiled version of works performed by different researchers or scholars. So in that sense, in that case, I would like to suggest you, for those who have presented their research works or they have claimed that they are research works, they do verify that these are really research works. And in order to claim that there are some criteria, there are some techniques, there are some ways that you can do, you can actually consult with your supervisors or your co-authors, or even you can contact with us. If we are available, we'll be happy to give our suggestions, our thoughts regarding that one. So I think Mansur, you also have something to add on this. One? Okay. So let me first go to my third suggestion, and that is about making your presentations or slides. In fact, there is a general cosmopolitan, you can say, rule about making your slides. Since this is an academic presentation, you don't have to make your slides very fancy. Or you can say, you can make your audience's eye a kind of relaxing, right? So if it were a kind of donor attracting presentation or session, then you need to make your slides and presentations so much fancy that you can easily attract your donors and then get monies poured out from coming out from their pockets. So this is a technical presentation. So there are certain rules. For example, if you make a bullet point, then it shouldn't be 14 words longer. You remember? But in some presentations, I could see even the whole paragraph being one bullet point, and you should actually take care of those things also. And most of the slides are good, but the way they have written, some slides are fully textual, but some slides are fully images. And our brain are trained in such a way that you need context switching for a small period of time, for example, 14 to 15 seconds. So you'd love actually if your eyes switch from one text to another image, or one image to another text within that period. So it's a kind of making your audience bound, or spellbound actually, you can say, to your presentation. So you must also keep in your mind while designing your presentations. And moreover, since we have a limited presentation time everywhere, whether it's a national one or it's international conference. So you must keep in your mind the time limitation, and you must design, you must actually limit your number of slides just to fit the time frame. I've seen 19 and 20 slides also within the time frame of 6 minutes. And you just imagine that how a presenter can present all those slides without skipping a single one within 6 minutes. Right? So this is also a very important point to be considered. So the last but very important thing is timing. And I think most of the presenters haven't done rehearsal before coming to the real presentation. So this is a kind of practice you need to do when you are kind of novice, or when you are a beginner presenting the things. We can take an example of Shashi Joshi sir. For him, there is no need of rehearsing. He is a kind of legend, I can say. He can speak, for any length of time in any subject. That's a different thing. But you are students, and we are still beginners. We are trying to improve our skills. So I suggest you to rehearse at least once or twice, especially in the case of presentation where you should present in a team, like a team of 2 or 3 students. You at least do some kind of rehearsing so that you are on time. Okay, with this, I'm finished with my sayings and sir.
We go for self-assessment then. Okay, so I really like to enjoy having like self-assessment. I mean, there are a few, most of us are presenters, actually. No. If any presenter would like to share their views, like their feelings, what they learned, and then how it feels while presenting something. Is there anyone likes to say something about the feelings or your opinions or your suggestions, whatever it is? Okay, yeah, Vijay, I know. Okay, please.
Thank you very much. I'm Vijay from Tier 1, and I studied in Kathmandu University. Though I was not a presenter in this session, I was a presenter in session 2. At first, I would like to put lots of thanks to NCIT for providing such a huge platform to the students come in front and present their paper. But in the meantime, when I was presenting downstairs, please do not take it as a comment, take it as a feedback. I had a paper entitled Flip Class, and at the end of the presentation session, I was willing to show a short introduction video of the Flip Class, which was only of about 49 seconds. But I had to suffer because there was not the availability of the speaker. That's why I request the organizing committee to take care of such tiny, small things. And please do not take it as a comment, it's a feedback. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, but we take this positively, very positively. Probably next time if you are about to present the paper, probably NCIT will environment. Don't worry about that one. That's perfect. Thank you for your suggestions there. Is there anyone? Oh, yes.
Okay, myself, Sambhavi Vada. I was one of the presenters here. Firstly, I would also start off thanking NCIT for this opportunity. Thank you so very much for all of us. I think it's a great one. But then what I thought was like the presentation, time limitation, all those are like kept aside. But some of the presentations were like good, some were very good. I'm not here to judge whether they were bad or not. But then if the questionnaire session could have been a little longer, then maybe we could have been able to know them a little more or more better. And if the number of presenters or the number of papers could have been reduced from 38 to some lesser numbers, then maybe the time frame could have been managed and we could have had a little more questionnaire session. That would have been more effective, I guess. As per my view, I don't know about others, but I think I could have got a better chance to understand them more and better, and I think that's it. And otherwise, was all good. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. Yes, I appreciate your suggestion, and then definitely NCIT will take it positively. Right? I think why the time constraint is there because there were so many papers. Actually, 38 papers were selected, and then it was very hard for definitely hard for NCIT and organizing committee to select very selected few papers because there is something else also. I mean, something else means definitely NCIT and organizing team would like to motivate, right? Motivate students and participants in all those things. That's why we have to increase we couldn't compromise the number of papers over there. So we had to receive around 38 papers, and they were really great. I mean, it's not only about the quality of the paper, it's about motivation, it's about encouraging the participants as well, right? So that's why probably next time we would have like more rooms, and then we could have run parallel sections. That's a good suggestion, by the way. Thank you so much.
Can I add, Manoj sir?
Yeah, Roshan sir, please. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your suggestions. Actually, this is not the issue NCIT management hasn't thought about. But we couldn't resist, overwhelming request of students willing to present their papers. Even, few students, I cannot name them, actually few means more than 10 students, I guess. So they have requested us to not cut their papers because of the quality. They even requested that, okay, sir, please give us feedback so that we can raise the standard, the quality of our papers, but we must present. So this kind of overwhelming requests, has come to NCIT management. So we actually could not resist people, the number of people. So, but we could have actually added, more spaces. Like we could have run 4 parallel sessions to mitigate such kind of problems. I think we will be taking this as very good suggestion for future. Thank you, Shamali, for your suggestions and questions.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. And then, is there any first presenter? I mean, who presented this one here first time? I want to hear some opinions from them also. Is there anyone? Anyone? I'm the first presenter ever. You are the first. Is this your first time presenting your work? Okay, I think I shall request you to say a few words.
Thank you so much for this platform. Actually, I was so nervous standing there and presenting myself. But on going the presentation, I've been so relaxed and I outletted myself and presented my paper. And I'd like to thank NCIT for this platform.
Yes, thank you. May I know your name, please? Arika, thank you so much. And then definitely your career probably will take more, in the higher part of this research, as a researcher, right? You're going to, last one. Okay. Any other? Yes.
Yeah, I would like to add to her opinion. There was a little bit of time constraint in the question answer session. That's why I would like to answer your question that it is efficient to for implementing barcode technology in our system for solid waste management because barcode technology is used in various systems like department stores. That is very as you told, it is not efficient, but it is because while sticking barcode stickers on those every items, that it would be laboring. But in parts, like a single person is sticking the barcode sticker, what is affecting? Hundreds, let's not say 100, but 5 people working, handpicking them, or 1 person sticking this sticker. I think comparing both of them, the sticker barcode technology implementation of that is more efficient. And if anyone has any more questions, thank you. Anyone has any more questions? Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Melina, thank you so much. I can see the passion, the research passion. Really appreciate that part. Thank you so much. You want to say a few words? So you're from Jaipur National University. Then how you came to know about this conference? How you
Actually, all the things goes to the Neeraj. Neeraj is your NCIT student. He invite me. He give me all kinds of platform, all kinds of facility to came here and present my topic, as well as he also suggest me just pick a topic related to our students, and also just try to communicate with IT field. So just I pick up a topic, designing of RFID reader for the Internet of Things application. If in Nepal, just I visited second times here, and when I came here first time, then I see that lots of the students are very well in the field of IT, and if we give a lot of platforms, like they can do a lots of things, like they can do this application also, then they can express their skills in the field of IT, in the various department and in the various fields. That's why all the things are going on. And thank you so much for giving a good platform also. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And then I think I was actually waiting for Sasiram Joshi sir also, because as a session chair, I mean, everybody expects something, my opinions also. But I think this is again my, in fact, first time attending this conference though. And then I am in fact very reluctant to say something about, I mean, this conference. But it was a great conference, believe me. Like in Nepal, having conference like this is very great, because I think motivating students again and motivating the research passion is very, very important, and that's what NCIT and this organizing this conference is really doing. And then I again really like to go to Joshi sir, because he's the one who actually started this one, and then I really like to say him father of this conference, if I'm not wrong. So please, can you share a little bit about the opinion regarding this conference, because you are the one who started this conference, probably along with some other also.
Thank you very much, Manoj. As I have already told, because I have been working in Institute of Engineering for last 32 years. When I talk in front of audience, I feel little happy. English teacher, they think that I am an English teacher. I don't know, maybe my English is a little good. That may be due to my study in Canada, so somehow it's the North American pronunciation, so people they may think. Another thing what I find very interesting is, if I make a presentation normally in mathematician conference, they think that I am a guy from mathematics. Yeah, thank you actually. But personally, I am neither mathematician nor English teacher. Okay, my basic background is I did my undergrad from REC Surat, that is called NIT Surat now. It's in Gujarat, very beautiful place. So I did my undergrad in 1984. How many of you were born in that time? 84. Yes, 32 years earlier. Then I did my master's. So I'll tell you the background because I have to give little more. Okay, then I did my master's in Canada, University of Calgary. So I stayed there almost 3 years. Another beautiful place, but very cold. 8 months, snow, right? Always shivering, right? So I was happy because normally in Nepal you don't see snow until and unless you go to Mount Everest, right? So I was happy when I was in Canada. 3 months I enjoyed snow. Then later on, I felt very bored. Everywhere white, no greenery. But what I learned from there is research, real research. And that real research, it will pay. I have already told that people involving in research doesn't get direct benefit. In terms of IT, we don't get direct. We will get intangible benefit. You will get the exposure. So that was my first impression, right? That we have to do research. We have to think about research. Okay, you have to drink research. You have to eat research. You have to enjoy research. And that was also quite a long time back because I did my master's I was in Canada in 1990 to 1992. Then I got an opportunity to go to Japan as a research fellow. So I stayed in Japan for almost 1.5 years. And then again, I was impressed the research because we should do research in Nepal. So, and luckily, I was involved with the NCIT family and Rajendra sir, who is my good friend. We have been together as a friend for almost 32 years. Then we had a talk in the evening, what we can do in terms of real grassroots research. Research not imposed by any external organizations. Because I have seen research in Nepal normally funded by UNDP, World Bank, ADB, and other big houses, national and international. So Rajendra Adhikari and we thought, let us start research from the grassroots level. And we discussed about that thing for almost 6 months. How to start? Because we never had fund. There was no fund. Because we started with 0 rupees, nothing. And finally, we talked with the management of NCIT. So they were ready to provide us seed money. And the first NaSCoIT that was started in the premise of NCIT with very limited fund. We were scared how to provide even launch to the participant. It's very interesting, see. No funding, nothing. So that was in 2003. So finally, we are now in the States after 13 years. And I hope this will continue. And this is a grassroots research, I always say. Research, it should come from your inner heart. Research, if that is coming from your inner heart, you can do a lot. You can do a lot. That is a grassroots, fundamental research. So that is the basic idea, what we started. And let me tell you one very interesting thing. In 2003, when NaSCoIT was started, in that time, Sarosh Sakya, he was a student in NCIT. Yeah. He was a master's student in computer science, and there were 4 students actually. And there was 18 papers, I think, in the first conference. And Sarosh Sakya, he got the best paper award. Give him a big hand. Although it's 13 years back, he got the best paper award. Yeah. So like this, NaSCoIT, it became a trade name now. NaSCoIT National Student Conference, that is the full form. NaSCoIT, National Student Conference, NaSCO, then we put the IT. Okay? So that is the basic history. So for this NaSCoIT, I should thank my all professors starting from the background. NIT, now it's called NIT. In my time it was REC Surat. I used to have very good professors there. And I'm lucky everywhere because I'm Joshi, right? And in Gujarat there are a lot of Joshis, okay? Lot of Joshis. And even in class, my teacher used to ask me question in Gujarati. So I know very little Gujarati. Baddu saru chhe. Baddu saru chhe means everything is very good, very nice, okay? And luckily my supervisor in Gujarat, he was also Joshi. Okay, so he gave me idea about the research. That was a starting point. Then it flourished when I was a student in Canada. Again it flourished when I was a research fellow in Japan. Then finally I did my research in image processing. It's a very demanding subject everywhere. I have seen a lot of paper related to image processing. My basic research, you can check in net, is a particle tracking velocimetry, same as Dr. Vasanta Joshi, and he is also Joshi, right? And he is my relative. He is my nephew. Another researcher, Dr. Sanjeev Pandey, some of you may be knowing him, okay? He also did research in the same field, particle tracking velocimetry, and luckily he is also my relative. Okay? He is the son of my sister, so he is my bhanja. Okay? So like this we develop a team of a lot of good people. Apart from that, in IOE we have a lot of good people who are really enthusiastic to do the research. And the research, I always say, it should come from your inner heart. Right? Love the research. Research doesn't pay you directly. It gives you intangible benefit. You have an exposure and you feel yourself proud. And that proudness, it will come. Right? And Manojji, anything you want me to tell more? And this guy, actually, when he did his masters, actually I took his interview. So, lot of familiar places. Okay, okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So it has inspired me a lot. In fact, even in the research field, like we are working in one project, and he's one of the advisors that he's, really advising very good things. Vijay, you want to say? Sure.
I personally know Manu sir. We have very good relation. He was my supervisor too. If you don't mind, will you please tell us something about the MOOC project that you are leading on Kathmandu University? I think this is a very nice platform to talk about MOOC project. If you don't mind.
Actually, I'm from Kathmandu University, and I'm assistant professor over there, and I also, work in this conference. In fact, we are actually doing one project, and this project is called MOOC for Higher Education in Nepal. And then how we came up with this idea is that in Kathmandu University we teach one course. There's a common course. A lot of students, they study that course. There's 3 programming languages. I think many of you really, right? And there's almost like 1,000 students they study in 1 year. And we need almost more than 30 teachers to teach that course. So what we thought is, why not we prepare an online course, and then we put that online course in the internet. We make that available to internet, and then probably 1,000 students, they do not have to go to the classroom, right? And then they can just go to online, and then they can log into the system and study that course. And the Kathmandu University provide probably a certificate also, and provide a grade also, credit, right? So that was what me and my team was actually talking about, thinking about. And then finally what we came into, what we came up with is like, if we are preparing a online course, right, online course and those kind of things, they are digitized the course itself, and we put that into the internet, and we make it available freely, then why only to Kathmandu University students? Why not to everyone throughout Nepal? That's what we thought, and then probably after 2 months we are releasing our course, C programming language, and that course is not only for Kathmandu University students. That's for everyone out there in Nepal who wants to learn C programming language. That's what actually we are. And it's just a pilot project. Probably we'll be preparing some other courses also, and we are making it free. Because education, I believe personally, education should be free. But anyway, we really respect senior citizens now, right? I'm not talking about this, sir. I'm talking about someone else here. You have already noticed that. Sir, please, I would like to request you to say a few words regarding this conference. And
right, sir. I'd like to first of all say that Professor Joshi, you're saying that that you had no money at all when you started. That reminded me of something, a similar situation when I was doing my MBA in England. This professor, he just walked in. It was the first day of the statistics class, and this professor just walked in, and he just looked at us, and he said, and he turned around and he wrote a whole lot of numbers on the blackboard, whole lot of numbers, and then he turned around again to us and he just said, solve it, he said. This is solve it. And of course, all of us were flabbergasted. We didn't know what the hell was going on. And then, of course, there was, I was already familiar with statistics, and I knew what that was supposed to be. A whole lot of numbers, and it has to be serialized, and what was expected was to build up a normal distribution. And that was what eventually we did. But, right at the beginning, we were completely, almost dazed, So therefore, but we came out of it, and we got it. We did something. And you're saying that you started without any money at all. That really reminded me of that, because in other words, one can always start something somehow, whether you've got the wherewithal or not. One can, if you've got the real inclination to do something, one can do something. There's no doubt about that. And so to you. And then I would like to also say that I was very, very interested in this conference. I found it extremely not just interesting, but educating. I'm completely new in this field, but I was for a while involved in a company called YKM Solution, which is in fact a software development organization, and I was the CEO and general manager there. A CEO that knew nothing about computers, but there you are. I was told what we were doing was we were doing outsourcing for for an American company. And this guy in America, what he said was, he said, I'm training. So that was how I came to know about this C++ and all this, which was mentioned earlier on. I'm afraid I did learn something, because he did give me some instructions from America, but it wasn't very much, So I would have liked a lot more, because this field is so vast now, and they say that the developments occur every fortnight, and not in months or years, but in fortnights. So this has been quite a session for me, and I was very, very grateful to my friend Vishal, who made it possible for me to be here. And of course, there were certain research items that were presented here. One was, I thought very interesting, was this IT involvement in the what is it? The garbage. That was garbage management, quite right. That was very, very interesting as far as I'm concerned. And then, of course, I think in Nepal, particularly, this topic has been talked about for quite some time, and hopefully something will be done about this. Yeah? And we know about certain countries that are already turning, doing this garbage management and all that sort of thing. And I think they're doing something much more than just managing garbage, if I'm not mistaken. So for me, that was very interesting. And then the other thing, of course, was the gentleman sitting right there. I actually waited for his presentation, because I was very interested in this AI, the artificial intelligence, and he still hasn't answered my question. I mean, when would you consider that something or somebody was intelligent? How would you consider that, and when would you consider? When would you come to the conclusion that yes, this particular entity was in fact intelligent? How would you? So this whole thing is so entertaining and so energizing for me. And last but not least, I'd like to thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Please have a seat. And then probably before we take our certificates, let's have a very big round of applause to this conference called NaSCoIT. Please. So at 4:30, right? 4:30. So let's have a break for probably 10 minutes or so, and then 4:30 we meet again here. Okay? Thank you. 4:30? Downstairs in Crystal Hall. Let's meet at Crystal Hall at exactly 4:30. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, all the things are available in the channel इ-कसर. all the things online, right? So what is the name? इ-कसर. You can share this link to my email. Are you in any group of NCIT? No. You can share of this link. I can share this in your mail. Will you be coming to our college again? Yeah. Like last time you came to our college. Yes. I couldn't attend that. I had something, other work, so will you be coming again?
फ्लेक्स अब फोटो खिच्दै हुनुहुन्छ पछि बनाउला
Wait.